Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. In this video, I'll explaining about um, the looks that you wanted to see on your screen, and also like how do you input the supplier, and also how you to inputting or entry the sales from the 1st January until now. For the first part, actually in Alsera we have two application as I have explained before. The first one is Alsera Office that you use with your staff, the internal staff to inputting the data here, and also they will like processing into the reports. And also the second, we have this application called Alsera POS. So actually for this Alsera POS, your tablet have to download it on Google Play Store. So because it's like it is from the Samsung, right? So you have to install this first for this Alsera POS, and then they have to log in with the POS ID and also the password that I've already told you before. It will show like this. I log out first and make sure that the setting in the tablet is in English or even in Bahasa, because the language for this system will follow the setting of the device itself. So we go with the code stuff. The URL ID, you can go with this, go to the dashboard, and then as you can see here, okay, as you can see here, we have this URL. You need this to log in, or to if you wanted to subscribe, continue or subscribe in Allsera, you have to know this URL of yours. So actually in Myamo, it's Myamo Lodge Beach. So you can just copy this, or you just can inputting like the name of your store, the of your restaurant without any spaces. So you copying like this, and then you just have to put like the code stuff. I will put this and the password, and then we just have to go log in, and then it will synchronize. Just make sure when you log in for the first time, it's connected to the Wi-Fi, because our system have to know like which account and which store that they go into inside. And also they're gonna show like this. And also if you wanted to know like the sales of the current, the current sales from this POS, actually, because this POS can be used in offline and online condition. So just say that you don't have any signal, actually this system still can work as usual. But because of that feature, actually all of the data will be saved in that device. Because of that, if they have cells within this device, you cannot see the exact look like this. For example, you downloading the POS from your own laptop, and also the stuff in Miamo, they download it here in here. You don't know, you cannot like access for the transaction or for the reports like what they've sold here. But because it is like from different cashier, but if you wanted to see like about the whole reports, and then if you wanted to see like if you wanted to see the product that's sold and also the inventory, they're connected to internet, you just have to go to Allsera office, and they will be all connected in here. About the inventory, they will be synced into this Altera POS. So if your staff wanted to use this, you can just go with downloading the application and install it first by the Google Play Store. And also for the I'm sorry. And also the next is about the supplier. Okay, so for the supplier, you can go with the customer and supplier, and after that you can go to the supplier, and then you can adding the supplier data, like the supplier. Actually, for the most important one is the one that you can see. It has like the red dot here. It is like the most important that you have to fulfill. But except that for the all of this, it is optional. So as you can see here, for example, the name is Diana, and for the contact person, you can inputting like the contact person or the PIC, and also the email, the phone number, the notes, and such things. You can inputting if you want it to be more detailed in it. If you don't want it, it's totally fine. You just have to put like the supplier name, and then you just have to click save, and then it's already done. And after you done this, you already buy from the supplier, right? You just have to go with the purchase, and then as you can see here, we have like several feature: open purchase, complete, return, and cancel. You can just go with the open purchase, you click add, and then we click who is the supplier. It is like Diana, and the order date that you have, it can go with the back date. For example, just say that it is on January 1st, and then the purchase currency, it only can be used with the rupiah for the current condition right now. And also the notes, if you have notes, you can inputting, but it's optional. If you don't have, you just have, you can just go with the safe one. And then after it's shown like this, you can scroll down. Actually, it's shown like the order item. You can add product, you can adding the products that you've already bought from the supplier. Just make sure that the products that you putting them are the ingredients that are already inputting in this product. So actually, I already inputting like ingredients, and I saw this morning your team, or yeah, your team inputting like a new ingredients. So just make sure that it is like the same name product to inputting in this purchase. For example, I have this bakso, so you can just go with the purchase, and then we click again for the Diana. I click the order item for the product, which is baso. Bakso, as you can click, or you can adding more, and then the quantity of it. For example, I have like 100, and then we can just add. And if you're already inputting the buy price or the cost, it's already inputting, but it's not if you have any changement. For example, the first one you bought it for 12,000 rupiah, but it changed into 15 or even like 20,000 rupiah, which means it increased. Like the cost is increased, then you can just adding in here for the buy price or the total price. So the total price, it is like for the whole one, but for the buy price, it is for each item. For example, it is like previously it was like zero, but I will adding to 5,000 rupiah, and then we click add. And after this, as you can see, it's already including for the quantity, the price, and the total price. If you wanted to add it, it's totally fine. And then you can add more for the products itself if you wanted, yeah, if you want to add more than one. And also if you have any tax, the discount, the shipping cost, you can also inputting in here, like the total payment that you're gonna pay to the supplier also. And also for the outstanding payment, actually, because it is still in draft, you have to make clear first for the outstanding payment is like how much the payment that you've already paid. Is it like only for the early pay, like you only pay for half or even like a quarter payment, or you already pay all cash or all full payment to the supplier? So if you wanted to put that, you can just pick a day. For example, we use like the 1st January. In here, for example, I only paid for like 250,000 rupiah for currently. Or if you want to do the full cash full payment, is it is also can. But for right now, I just give you a sample like this. I do the payment like this, and then it's all already the paid amount. I already paid 500 rupiah because I already do twice amount of 250. And then after that, the status is still pending, right? So make sure that if it's sent from the supplier to your place, you can change the send, so you know like actually your staff can go with this purchasing, whether it's Ibu Agung, because as long as I know, she's holding handling with the inventory, she said before. And you she can like updating in here, so you from your place you can know like for this product, is it like the status of them. You can see it from here, it's already paid and the status is shipping. And if it's already like received, you can just change to reward it, and then you can go with the receive info. You click edit, and you pick a day when it is received. So just say that it's come to your place at 11th January, and the receive number, it is like the shipping number. Or you can also like click anything. Actually, it's only for formality or even for notes for you if you want to track down. And just make sure that continue at coming incoming stock. In this one, you activate this one, and after you click save, actually it will go to inventory like this. Just make sure that you're not editing anything. You just have to click post now, so it's ready inputting into the inventory from all of the supplier data that you've already bought. It's ready in your inventory, and after that you just can go to the purchase, and then the status is still received. You can change the status into completed, and after that, so you can know like for all of the supplier, you can know like the status, and then whether it's already paid or not. Is it partial? Is it like is fully paid, or it's not paid at all yet? And also for the completed orders, as you can see here, it's done, and also the last modified, and then who is the supplier. And if you click here, you also know like the login by who, which is me, because I already adding them. And if you wanted to return and cancel, you can also add in also. Just make sure that your staff have access for this purchase. So that is for the supplier. And the last, you wanted to put like the sales from the 1st January, right? So if it's from the purchase from the supplier, you can go by the purchase. But if it's sales, you can go with the sales here. It's also the same. You can see the open order, the order success, returns, and cancel. You can just go right away with the open orders, and you can just click add. So after you click add, you can choose the customer name. Actually, you have to inputting, or you can just make one, because just say that it's a random customer. You can just make the new one, the January data, or the first 223rd year cells. You can just inputting this, and then the customer type, you have to put it as gas. And for the email and phone, you can you don't have to inputting because it's optional. And after that, you can just go save. And after it's clear like this, you can adding like the sales that you've already done from the 1st January until now. You can editing like the date also. As you can see here, it's 2023. For the February, we can go to the January and just say that it start from the 5th January. And then you can do in here, as you can see, the product combo, the product, the import. You can just go to the product directly. And then for example, I was selling Coca. No, I sold Coca-Cola for 10 pieces. And then if you wanted to add like in a huge not a huge number, it's more like a variety items. You can just like clicking for this, and then you can search for another items again, and then you just have to add. No, okay, I'm gonna change the product bubuk. I'm gonna adding for another products. Okay, we click. Okay, wait a minute. My product was okay. It's adding like this, and then if yes, you can editing again about the quantity or the price. You can change it. Just say that the price, for example, the current price is 5,000 rupiah, but because you sold it like 1 month ago or like previous year, and it was like has the different prices, you can change it in here. For example, the quantity, I'm just gonna salt like 10 10 of the keranjang bayi, the baby basket. Oh, I only have 7, so we can just go 3. We click save or click enter. And you have if you have any discount, you can go to the setting of the discount. For example, I have discount for 10,000 rupiah, or I don't have, just say that I don't have for discount. And also the shipping cost and such things. And for the payment, you can just go directly. The payment method is cash, and for the date of the payment, you have to make sure that it is on the same day, which is the 5th January. And also for the payment amount, they do the full payment, you just have to click save. And then after this, from the status of the pending, you just have to change it into completed. Coca-Cola, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a second. I'm refreshing the website actually. Okay, as you can see here, you can just change to the completed, and for the completed, you can also see for the open orders, it is like still on due payment, because they just came. And also for the order success, it means that it's already completed. For the customer name, it will inputting in here like what's their name. And if you cannot see like this, for example, like why it doesn't have the name, because you have sold from the Osera POS, from your staff, from the cashier, but they didn't put in like the name of the customer. Just say that because it is like a random customer that come to your restaurant, and they just ordering your food, and they just paid it right away without any context or without any name that they have to put in. They will just go strip, or even like empty section in here. If you wanted to see, you can also like see for each one. And if you go to the reports, and if we go for the sales reports, just for example, and we custom range on the 1st January until 5th, or if we only like this, we apply them and go to the cells. As you can see here, it's gonna show like like this. As you can see, the customer, the first 2023 cells, once you click, it will show like this. So it's ready inputting into your cells, and it's ready processing into the reports. So I think that's all. And also the last, you said that you wanted to inputting like the meals of the staff and such things. If you wanted to put in here as an expense, actually in Osera we can go in here for the strip. Your cashier can go here there, and then there will be like safe, or if it's not safe, it will shown as the cash in cash out. And you just have to click in for like this, and then they just have to adding this for the cash out. And then for the transaction type, you can just they can like type it for the new one, but if you want it to be more secure, you can just make it one first. Like for this, like the type of the cash out that they can only choose. For example, I go with buying the gasoline, and also like how much the, yeah, the money that being used from the cashier. For example, like just say like 100,000 rupiah. And then you can also add notes in here. After that, you can just click save. And then if you go to the revenue and expense for the transaction, it's gonna shown here. Okay, it is on 24th. Wait a minute. It is different feature. I just the I um you don't really need that actually. I just wanted to see this one. As you can see here in here, like the transaction number, the date of the expense or the cash out, and then the stuff, the inputting, the time, the amount. It will decreasing like the profit that you have. So you can go to the reports. It will shown in here. Profit and loss. Profit and loss. You can see here your income for today is 557 to 100,000 rupiah. And also the expensive expenses is gasoline you bought for 100,000 rupiah. That's why your net profit is around like this. It's minus because it's already being decreased by the expenses, and also like the cost of the goods sold, which is get from the cost of the items of the product that you're putting into this catalog and the product. And then also for this one, for the type of the payment, like in here, if you want to be more secure, you can just go with the revenue and expenses, and also the transaction type. You can choose whether it is like the expense or income. For example, the income, it could be like the tips, or even like the park fee, the outside from the sales from the Olsara, you can inputting in here. You can just click edit, I'm sorry, add. And also the transaction type name, for example, like the staff meal, as you say it. And also is it go to the income or the expense? I go to the expense, and you just have to click save. And also for the cashier, if you have like any updates, or if you have any updates, you just have to refresh this from the tablet. And after they refresh, just make sure when it's if you want to synchronize, it's connected to the internet. And then they just have to refresh, and after that it will show for them the new transaction type. So I think that's all for the explanation in this video. I know it's pretty much a lot in this one video. If you want it one by one, it's also I could make one. And if you have any question, or if you wanted to have another meeting, you can just tell me, and we could make one, or I can just send you like these videos so you can watch it anytime. So I think that's all. Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Have a good day.